These are the 20 accessories that you've got to take a look at for your Refresh Model Y. I've broken it down into 3 categories this time. We have organization, we have enhancements, and then we have protection. There's a lot to cover here. I'm so excited to bring this one to you. I love accessory videos because who doesn't like adding new stuff to their car? So make sure you stick around to the end. There's a lot here. I can't wait to share it all with you right now. All right, so we start this off with organization, and we're right here in the Frunk with our first accessory. This one comes directly from Tesla, and it's these Frunk dividers. This is something that we now have these slots built into the actual Frunk, which is cool. These are $45 from Tesla, I believe. And these things, I was worried wouldn't be worth it. I thought they might be foam, but they're actually really tough, hard, stiff plastic. They work really well. This one I really like. This is a no-brainer. Right on Tesla Shop, like 45 bucks. Next up is our organization for inside the car, starting with our armrest. And this, of course, being from Spigen. This is the good stuff. I love this stuff so much. And we're going to put this in now. So if you've never bought any of the Spigen accessories, the reason why they're so good is because the materials that they use are really nice, and they put in some design features that you may not find in some of the cheaper stuff that's on Amazon, although this is sold on Amazon. If you want something cheaper, they're absolutely out there. There's plenty to go around, but if you want something a little bit nicer, Spigen, no question about it. And you can see even in the comments, I'm sure there's plenty of people who will back that up. But this does give you access in the front and back. But for the Refresh Model Y, we just have this USB-C right here, and that is where you're going to be able to tap in for all of your power needs. But this, much better than just having one deep open cavity. Next, we have the front of the center console right up in this area. And again, we have one power source down here, and it's the 12 volt. It's that kind of circular 12 volt plug. That is it. There's no USB-C up here in the front compartment, only that 12 volt. But we have 2 trays that we can put in here. So first we have the lower tray here. This one is going to slide in first. And what's nice is has nice action to slide forward and back. You can easily push it out of the way to get even lower. Now you have another tray here, and there's even some area right up here in front of it that you can still reach through. So very nice, able to get through. And then next is the tray that goes on top of it. And just like in the armrest, we have these couple of spots here where you can feed in your cable from underneath, but this is going to work out really well. All of your stuff right there, and then when you don't need it or want it, close everything off, pull this out of the way. You can get to this tray, or you can get even underneath it. So now you have 3 levels of shelves, like huge organization improvement right there. This bottom tray, if you keep it slid forward when you're not using it, this fits perfectly flush, and then that's why you're able to reach the cords through. You pull that out of the way, pull your tray forward if you need anything from it. Otherwise, it stays up here, and this actually prevents it from sliding underneath. So it's actually pretty thoughtful. While we're here in the armrest anyways, this compartment here is much smaller than it was on the previous generation, and I thought surely nobody had a door for this to make this a hidden pocket like it was in the previous one. That's actually not true, because Spigen is coming through for us. They actually have one made just for this. It's super slim, and it's going to fit just right to make this a pocket where you can hide stuff. Like if you put a spare key in here that you can unlock the car from the app, and somebody who is borrowing your car, they can get in the car and grab that key card, and it's out of sight, out of mind, and not out in the open. So looks like we just have one large piece of adhesive here, and maybe one right here. So 2 pieces, so we'll peel that off. And then it's a trigger. There you go. And look, it's even got a little bit of a elastic strap here. It's a silicone strap, so you can hold things tight, and then a little key pouch here, so you can put your key cards in right there. That is pretty clever. I like that a lot. Still able to open and close without issue. That is pretty awesome, actually. Now this next one is a really good one, and the reason you know that is because this one was specifically requested by my wife. She couldn't believe we hadn't had this yet. installed in the new car, and that is this tray combo that I've only ever seen on Amazon from other vendors, but this one comes from Spigen. Spigen finally makes one of these, and it is super heavy duty. I really liked it. This is probably the nicest one that I have seen out there. It's just, man, it's so nice. So on here too, though, we have a magnet, and they supply a magnet on adhesive, so you can actually install that magnet onto something that you want to sit here. Otherwise, as long as it's magnetic, right there's the spot, and then this thing attaches magnetically. But here, let's show you how this thing works. So first thing we're going to do is take this tray, and we're going to place it right behind the screen, and you'll feel right where it needs to go. But the nice thing is, it's so easy. Literally, boom, it's on. That easy. And what's really cool about this is not only do you have an extra space right here for putting some of your stuff, but this tray up here, whatever my wife puts here, she really appreciates having this space up here to put it. So this one is a home run, and now that Spigen makes it, I mean, you can just feel it. It just feels so much nicer. So highly, highly recommend checking this one out. There's no question that the MagBack phone charger right here that goes on the side of the screen is quite possibly my favorite accessory of all time. This thing puts your phone right where it's convenient to see. I'm not saying that you're using it while you're driving, but with as, I guess, impatient as full self-driving is these days, even if you just take a quick glance, right here is the perfect spot for that to be located. I love this thing. I have it in all of our cars, and it works amazing for road trips, and it's also acts as a phone charger, of course. Now, the thing is, that accessory is great. And it even comes with one of these 12-volt adapters in case you need to use the 12-volt in the middle. Otherwise, it's supposed to be a USB-C, as you can see here. Now, instead of running that cable down through the side and having this kind of sticking out where your doors are open, which is what I've always done, I've actually figured something out in the Cybertruck that I'm actually really proud of myself from. This is a self-made remedy to make this a much cleaner install. And I'm going to show you what I did now, because it actually adds some new functionality as well. So these next couple of accessories are kind of two different things that complement each other, but are also complementary to the MagBack charger. I'm going to show you that right now, and it's right here underneath this door. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our glove box here, and we're going to focus in here on our disc here that comes with your Tesla. This little memory stick right here. This is where we're going to make some changes. First, let's go ahead and pull this thing out. And like I said, these cars come with these nowadays, so technically you don't need to do anything, but this is what it comes with. It's a pretty good disc. There's nothing wrong with it. It's 128 gigs. I fill this thing up too fast to begin with. So if you use Sentry mode, or you like to collect, scenes that you see on the road, that's got to go. It is a USB-A, and that's an important thing to keep in mind, because this is a USB-C. Now that does absolutely take data input, and you can obviously store on your device, and that is where this cool thing comes from. Now, this isn't the cleanest setup, but man, this works so well. So we're going to plug in our USB-A right here. It's always so fun to just squeeze in there because it's so much room. Come on. And then you get it upside down. Let's try it the other way. Yep. There we go. Okay, now what I've done is I've split that, and with this particular cable, I now have two USB-A inputs and one USB-C input. And the reason I went with this, you'll see here in a moment. Let me recycle this so we can get the light back on. There we go. Okay, first and foremost, I'm able to plug in my USB for Sentry mode, but of course, I'm able to use this other cable to charge up my MagBack. But check this out. If you ever participate in any of the fun light shows, I also have the ability to plug this in. Now I have storage data for Sentry mode, I have light shows, and I have a charger for my phone. This is all going to be tucked away nice and neat back in here, rather than going down to the center console and working its way all the way to the back of the center console now that there's only one USB-C in there. Now, one more thing I want to show you, and this will be a good demonstration to show you that this does work too. I pulled this USB from my Cybertruck, and that is what I'm going to upgrade this one to. It's very similar to an old style that Tesla used to offer. It's a Samsung disk. It's 256 gigs instead of 128, and this will have my Sentry mode footage from our Cybertruck. So I'll be able to show you here on the screen that it's all working, and we can use all of this stuff, which is pretty cool. Check it out. If I go over here to my toy box and we're in light shows schedule, there's all of the light shows that I have on that disc. And then the drive I pulled from my other car. Let's go check out the dash cam. So coming in here, this should have the videos from the Cybertruck in it if it's working properly. So let's see. Don't look at that. Let's see. So here is some footage from the Cybertruck. It is indeed, everything looks good. I don't know how to prove it to you though that that's the Cybertruck. Huh, that's a really good question. How would I prove this? I don't know, but it is the Cybertruck. There's no question about it. This is all from what we took there, which is awesome. So pretty cool that you can do all of those things once you split this up and still be able to charge on this. Pretty cool. So these are my new Unplugged Performance UP03s. I have one of these things for a long time. I have a more detailed video coming on these and the tires that I went with, but upgrading the wheels is a no-brainer. Save $2,000 instead of upgrading with Tesla. Take that $2,000. Unplugged Performance will give you $1,000 credit for giving them your factory wheels on your Juniper, and you'll be able to take those tires and put them on to these new Unplugged Performance wheels. So this became very economical compared to paying $2,000 to Tesla to upgrade to the 20-inch. These I love, and they've got a number of different styles that you should really check out, especially with that deal. That deal actually changes everything, so you don't have to buy tires, and you can save a little bit of money on theirs, plus foregoing the $2,000 that you would have spent with Tesla with their option. But not to worry, if you don't have these wheels and you went with the base wheels and you want to stick with the base wheels, you can just get wheel covers and get a nice updated look. You won't be able to get this exact look. There's a number of other looks though that you can get, including what look like almost replica wheels for the Performance Model Y from the previous generation, and a number of other new Arachnid, a whole bunch of different styles, all on Test Plus website. Code BTG should save you a bit of money on those as well. And now, while you're already at your wheels and you've upgraded them, whether it's new wheels completely or just new wheel covers that look a lot better than the factory ones, don't forget to get a cover for those valve stems, something fun like this. These are so inexpensive, but they're so much fun. I like the styles. You don't have to get the Tesla logo, but man, it sure does make the whole package look complete once you put these bad boys on. Very nice. Now, this next item is a top list item. This is something you definitely want to get, especially if you're on the road or if you're sharing your car with anybody in your life that you care very much about. This is an EVject. What this thing does, it's the only way to remove your car from a supercharger without getting out of the vehicle. You cannot put the car in drive when you are plugged into a supercharger. What that means is when somebody crazy comes up to your car and they're mad at Elon Musk for whatever, and they start keying your car while you're sitting there, there's nothing you can do except get out of the car, put yourself in the crazy man's domain, and try to get to the supercharging handle unplugged to get out of there. With this, all you have to do is press unlock charge port. This thing breaks in half and you're able to drive away. Once you get away, you can then get out of the vehicle and remove the half that's left in your car. The other half that stays on the supercharger, somebody can remove that and throw it away, whatever. Get yourself to safety. This is the only way to do that without putting yourself in more harm than any other way. So this is the only way. Only way you're going to be able to get out of a supercharger without getting out of your vehicle. EVject, code BTG is a big savings on that. But I've been with these guys since the very beginning. I truly believe in this thing. And you should definitely consider having one of these in your car at all times. I always use this. Just have it plugged in. It doesn't add any time. It doesn't slow down charging. It's just peace of mind. Seriously, check it out, evjack.com. I finally get to remove the factory plastic. It's been on there since day one, but first and foremost, turn off your air, because that's just kicking dust all around the car. Turn that off. This will be a much cleaner install. If it's been like a couple years since you've done a screen protector, you're about to have your mind blown. Otherwise, you're still just about to have your mind blown. I love these new install kits. They are so easy to put on. So of course we would normally want to clean the screen, but I just pulled that off and everything actually looks really good. And if I go fast enough, I think I can just get away with taking off the back of our screen protector here. Take that part off. Align the top corners and the bottom. Slide. And then wait 30 seconds. It's going to be a little bit hard to see on camera here at night, but it is slowly spreading out as it goes across. And then once that 30 seconds has elapsed, we will pull this film off the front and be able to take this off, and this thing will be completely installed. All right, it's been about 30 seconds, thereabouts. So let's pull this off. And there you go. Now I can see. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's perfect. Nothing. And I love how these things install now, because you get a perfect install every single time. FYI, the old screen protectors do not fit the new car. I already tried that because I had an extra one laying around. It is slightly different in size, so you do need a new style screen protector for this to work. All right, not to worry. They've also got a screen protector for the back, of course, which is perfect. So let's get this installed. Our kids use the screen every single time they are in the car. I know it seems like an awkward angle or small or whatever. They're always on this thing, usually watching a show on Disney Plus, but sometimes just playing games. Never a moment without it. Okay, so let's get it cleaned real quick. And then dry it. Get your stickers out so you can get the dust off. All the spots you can see, get it all. Don't do what I just did there. You almost lost it. All right, everything's labeled. We have a back, we have a top, and you're supposed to install a couple of stickers to align this, but I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. So let's see if I'm gonna regret that. There's a couple of tabs you can hold on to here on the back, which is cool. Okay, and then we can pull all of that off. Very nice. Okay, and it looks like there's only a couple areas I need to push down to get bubbles out. Oh wait, nope, that went down. Oh yeah, looking good. So don't forget, in your new Model Y, you now have a screen in the back. So don't forget to protect it like you did in the previous car. Very good. And then finally, once you get all of this nice and covered, protected, all that good stuff, this bad boy right here is pretty cool too. Just grab it while you're in there. I've had one of these in all of my cars for like 4 years now. It seems so silly and so unnecessary, but it's actually super handy to have. And the reason is because it works well not just on the screen here in the front and the back, but also your phone. I use this all the time. But the kids with this back screen, I'm telling you, they get everything absolutely destroyed because they're kids, and it's lovely. So this is a nice thing to have when you're going about cleaning your car. Check it out. It's nice because it's just seems so simple. It's a small little box, but On the side here, we have our button where we can just put up our brush. It's just a brush right there on that side. And then on the other side, once we open this up, it's like a squeegee. So this will get all the fingerprints off. So we have a duster and we have a fingerprint destroyer right here, which is pretty cool. And it is Velcro attached. They give you a backup piece so you can replace that if you ever need to, if it gets really bad. But I'm telling you, it seems so silly, so small, so unnecessary. But I love this thing. And speaking of those little tax write-offs, after you've coated the seats, you're ready to put these car seats in. Before you do that and before you strap them down, do yourself a favor. These car seat covers are amazing. I've had them in every single Tesla. This particular set is the original set that I bought 5 years ago for our first Model Y. And check it out. These car seat covers right here, these things just unfold. They strap right around the headrest here. And that holds it really tight up here. And then underneath, we have this little thing that you can stuff right under here and give it some tension on the back. And then this thing just sits in place. I'm telling you, this is the original set that I had from the very beginning. I have 2 other sets. So we've got a set in all of our cars. But what's nice is because this thing kind of folds away real easy, you can have this just for the bottom. You can have it for halfway up the seat, or you can have the entire seat here. And then of course, some pockets right there. But this stops all the Cheerios and crayons and all the junk that these kids somehow find to bring in the car. These things have probably saved a lot of headache in cleaning inside of our cars. So let's keep talking about the fun stuff. This is a leather shield. This stuff you may be familiar with. I have used this on all of our Teslas, also on the inside for the interior. And what's amazing about this stuff is that this just puts a protective layer on the seats. These seats are not real leather. This just adds a layer on top of that, but being not real leather, they're actually super durable. This will help give you peace of mind with white interior especially. But the thing is, things like sunscreen, that will stay in your black interior, and this will help protect it from that kind of stuff. So this stuff I put on once every 6 months. So halfway through the year, while I'm cleaning the car out, I put a fresh layer on. This stuff you can now get from Test Bros, which is great because you can use my discount link below. Otherwise, I have paid full price for this for a long time. And now, since you can get it from Test Bros, you can actually get it with a discount, which is very nice. So shout out to Test Bros for offering this and for offering it at a discount. And while we are on Test Bros, this is our new ceramic coating. This is a different type of coating. This stuff actually applies even easier than the newest, latest and greatest ceramics. And it is a true coating. It's not just a spray on in between washes type of thing. This will last. This is great because whether you care about your car having hydrophobic properties or not, this you have to have. You just got to have it, because if you ever go on the highway, got bugs all over the car, this makes it manageable, even if you wait a while before you get to it. But also with bird poop, it helps protect either the paint or the PPF, whichever you have. But this, you can put this right on top of your paint. If you're doing PPF, you need to do that first and put this on top of PPF. But it helps to retain the shine, makes your car continue to look glossy, and it adds that protective layer. Enough said about these types of coatings. You know what they are. You know how good they are. This one from Test Bros. I did start with our wheels on this car. So our wheels are completely covered with this stuff, and it's doing a very nice job so far. And speaking of PPF, we wrapped the entire car with Test Bros kit. Test Bros kit is really awesome because it comes with absolutely everything that you need. You can get it all in the one kit, which is really convenient. I highly recommend, at minimum, at least give yourself a shot protecting the front of the car. Our last car, our 2021 Model Y, that thing got hit 3 times where PPF was able to save the paint from needing to be repaired. PPF is a lifesaver for that type of stuff. But for me personally, it's also peace of mind because the kids come in and out of the garage rubbing up on everything, their bikes, everything just hitting the cars. Drives me crazy. But now I don't have to think about it, I don't have to worry about it, and Although even with PPF, they say I don't do this. I drive through a car wash all the time, and my cars look amazing because I have PPF. It's not going to scratch the paint. This is a self-healing wrap that's going to kind of melt away in the sun when it gets minor little bitty scratches or swirls like you're used to seeing on paint. That'll all kind of just melt away. This is the only way to protect from rocks. So ceramic will help protect from contaminants and light scratching. PPF is an actual layer that will take a beating and protect the paint from any of that stuff from happening. So check this out. Fantastic pricing at Test Bros for this kit. I highly recommend it. Everything is pre-cut for you. And of course, he has his own classes available when you buy. So you have access to every single panel and how to do this right there on the website. PPF for the win. Do this before you do ceramic. If you're going to do ceramic also, ceramic has to go on top. Otherwise, PPF won't stick to the paint if it's got ceramic on it. It just won't happen. So there you have it. All right, so this time for floor liners, I went with a different company, and I decided to give their floor mats a try because I had really good experience actually, especially for the price on that stuff. And the floor mats are no exception. This is an entire set of floor mats, and I'm really happy with it. Well, that's interesting. Wonder if that was important. Better hold on to that. Anyways, starting here in the back, in the trunk, with our sub trunk here. This is the bottom piece. I've got that backwards, of course. There we go. Nice, really good fit. This is like, it's not like a WeatherTech type rubber. It's a different type of rubber. It's definitely grippy, but it's not like that old school nasty WeatherTech. I'm just not a fan of WeatherTech, but I really like these. It's a little bit cleaner and has a little bit of a texture on the raised parts. Give it a nice little bit of a design feature look, which is really nice. Let's take a look at the trunk cover. All right, and this has really good coverage actually. There we go. Right there, perfect. Now these seat backs are pretty interesting because they've got built in some strips here for the Velcro, so you can remove and you can put them on however you want. This will be perfect. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That's gonna work really well. That thing is like right in all the right spots. Very nice fit. Yeah, that thing is like set up perfect in all of these corners and everything. Like just really tight fit in there. Very nice. All right, and now for the front. Let's get this thing in there. Holy cow. This is a deep pocket. This thing really goes down. Has a really tall wall here on the side, which is really crazy. That's a lot of protection. Really good coverage and a good fit. And this part is pretty cool how it goes over the ledge right here. Yeah. That's pretty nice. So those are the 20 accessories that you should definitely be checking out today. Let me know in the comments, did I miss something? Do you have an accessory that's an absolute must that was not on my list? Let us all know in the comments. I thank you so much for joining us today, and I can't wait to catch you on the next one.